Hi guys, welcome. Okay, so last week I spoke to you about how to make your first £100,000. Today I want to talk to you about debt and the importance of actually clearing your debt. Okay, now before we were actually able to do a lot of the things that we did in order to purchase property and to have a bulk sum to do the things that we did, basically we had to clear a lot of our debts, and so we went in hardcore. You have got to go in hardcore if you want to seriously clear your debts. So it meant for us that, you know, we weren't doing takeaways, we weren't really going out on dinners, we were not participating in a lot of things that probably our friends were doing. And that helped us immensely, because all we were doing is every month, I mean, where we had like we had credit card debts and we had loans and stuff like that. So as those payments were coming out of our accounts every month, what we would tend to do was we would actually top up on top of that. So if, for example, say we had a debt of £100 a month for a loan that we had, we would try our best to double it. So on top of the £100 that they wanted for us normally, we would add another £100 to it in order to clear it, the debt more quickly. And the great thing about that is you reduce the amount of interest. Now, this is something that most banks do not want you to do. They don't want you to pay off your debt earlier, because their money comes from the longer that you keep that debt with them. So that's why a lot of the time you'll find that when it comes to banks, if you borrow money from them, if you want to borrow more money on top, they usually, as long as you've been, you know, good with paying them back, they're usually quite happy to assist you to take out more money, because that's where they get the majority of their money from. The banks are very, very, very clever, so you also have to be very clever when you're doing your stuff as well. Sorry, I've got a cold and it's irritating my voice, but anyway. Yes, so you must be very, very smart. You have to think one step ahead of the bank, or you have to think like a bank. Okay, so for example, if you have, say, you've got something that you want to do and you need some money, you want to borrow the money from the bank, feel free to do that. Borrow the money from the bank, but pay it back as soon as you can, because what happens is it's the interest that compounds every month that causes debts to get out of hand. Because I don't know if you've ever had a mortgage and you've looked at your mortgage statement, it will say something like borrowed £100,000 in order to purchase this property, repayment maybe like 175. Now that is an extra £75,000 that the bank is probably going to take from you in order for you to borrow that money. So what you need to do is, if you focus, and I'm telling you, it's by all means, I know you may think that, you know, your budget at the moment is tight. There is always room for you to save a little bit more money. It could be that coffee that you're going out for every morning before you go to work. It could be that. You'll be surprised how much money those little coffees or those sandwiches on your lunch break take up. It takes up a lot of money. And if you put that money to the side, you'll be surprised what you can actually use to clear your debts. We clear that, I mean, okay, I like to be open here. We had a debt of about £30,000, and we were able to clear that within about a year. About a year, this is after we had seriously, proactively started to want to get rid of our debts. I mean, we had it for a little while, we were paying monthly, but it wasn't really taking an impact on the overall the debt. So when we started taking things more seriously, we cleared our debt very quickly. And it was surprisingly so, actually, because when they said to us that, oh, actually you've cleared the debt now, I was so surprised, because it was like, wow, it actually didn't take that much effort. It was painful, but it wasn't that much effort in order to do it. So my point to you is that if we can do it, and if I can do it, you can definitely do it. Another thing that I used to save money was, in the UK we have these £2 coins. And when they came out, everyone was like, oh, £2 coins, £2 coins. And what I used to do is I used to save these £2 coins. Every time I was going to the shop and I'd pay with cash and I'd get a £2 coin, I would put the £2 coin away. It was really hard at first, because these £2 coins, you know, sometimes you think, oh gosh, I just need a little bit of change. You think you want to take money from the coins that you've been saving. Don't do it. If you have some discipline, give yourself like 30 days. It takes about 30 days to create a habit. Now, if you give yourself those 30 days, after 30 days, trust me, you won't want to touch those £2 coins or £1 coin or whatever it is. You'll find that you will put that money aside, and before you know it, one day you'll go and look and you think, wow, I have saved so much money. And that's how it works. So I was doing these little things. I would, when I was working, I would take lunch to work, because I just didn't like to spend on sandwiches. A lot of the time the sandwiches that I bought I never liked anyway, because I'm quite fussy. So I cut down on that. You know, if I wanted a hot drink, I would make one from home and put it in one of those heat-proof cup things and take that with me. You know, there are little things that you can do to help yourself along the way. I mean, and these things may sound small, but they do actually add up. So before you can even seriously think about trying to invest or save money, you need to clear your debts, because your debt is where your largest income is, your largest outgoing is going to be. That is going to be taking away. Oh, this video is getting blurry. Sorry about that. I don't know why it just did that, but it did. Anyway, your debt is going to be taking away more than what any interest you'll be getting on savings. So, if I've confused you, I'm going to say it again. If you have savings of, say, £1,000, but you have a debt of £1,000, it's better for you to take that £1,000 and put it onto your debt and clear your debt than it is to have the savings, because you'll pay more interest on your debt than interest that you'll receive on your savings. Are you with me? I hope you're still with me. Okay, so you always clear your debts before you think about saving or anything else, because that is going to be your largest outgoing thing. So you definitely want to do that. But my battery's dying and I'm not sure why, and I'm losing sunlight as well, so I'm going to stop right there. Hit me up with any questions that you may have and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. Let me know more about what you'd like me to talk about. I want to really expand the channel, so I want to be able to talk about more subjects and things like that. So anyway, until next time, guys.